Howdy ho H2Os, roller bros, and nuppies alike. I'm your guide Q, and welcome to r/funnyandsad. This subreddit is right up my alley. I don't know why I haven't covered it yet. This first picture, I'm confused because, you know, this dog might have some sentimental attachment to this shirt, but I think he's just more sad that he can't open his mouth. He's like, please, release me. Being poor is cool because you'll be saving up for something you really want and you'll almost be there and ready to buy it, and then your check engine light comes on. Yeah, and then you get in a car accident, and even though it wasn't your fault, they can't tell whose fault it was, so your insurance rate goes up anyway, and you were also pretty badly injured in that car accident, so you have to go thousands of dollars into debt just to keep yourself alive, and then you can't get anything nice for a real long time. My dad went to a doctor's appointment with my grandma and found out she was diagnosed with dementia over a year ago, but she never told anyone because she forgot. I've always wondered if it's like better having dementia and just like being blissfully ignorant, or if it's a really, really miserable experience, but this is funny nonetheless. Doctor, handing me my newborn baby. I'm sorry, but your wife didn't make it. Me handing the baby back to him. Bring me the one my wife made. Doctor, no, I'm sorry, your wife and child passed away. I just fished this abandoned one out of the dumpster as a consolation prize. In elementary school, when we would read out loud to the class from the textbook, I would literally count the kids in front of me and figure out what section I was reading so I could practice it before it got to my turn. And I think that's where my anxiety started. I think that's more of a product of your anxiety more than the place that your anxiety started. But anyway, I would do the same thing and still mess up while reading. When you're a Reddit YouTuber, but you're terrible at reading, so every video is about 1,000 times more of a struggle than it has any right to be. Also check out Dino USB on Instagram for more cool art like this. Hi, I was wondering how this seatbelt would keep me alive if this plane crashes. It won't. Its function is to hopefully tether your mangled corpse to your assigned seat for identification purposes in the event of a crash. Got it. Me texting people back instantly after they took 4 hours to reply. Okay, so I have two theories about this. My first one is you should text the person back instantly because maybe they were busy and now you're like, oh, I have them. They're at their phone now. They're going to reply to me, so I should text them back right now. And then other times I'm like, I need to play this cool. I need to also take time to reply so that I seem busy and interesting and fun and doing other things than looking at my phone. What do you do if somebody takes a super long time to reply to your text? I recently broke up with my girlfriend because she didn't know how I liked my coffee. I like my coffee the same way I like my women, without other people's pee-pee in it. I don't know, do you think this would be a successful Tinder profile? Because on one hand, it's like, oh, he has a fun, dark sense of humor, and on the other hand, it's like, he seems still a little bit hung up on his ex. I don't know if going on living is worth it anymore. It absolutely is! Who said that? Debt right behind you. Oh, I've never understood this. Could death possibly, like, erase, you know, say, $25,000 in student loans? I'm asking for a friend. Pick a card! Dad, no! To my son I leave, the Queen of Hearts. It was his greatest trick. Flip inside out and hand wash with cold water, so you don't ruin it like everything else in your life. 1, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me, shirt, and 2, I don't appreciate the amount of effort I need to go through to wash this. I'm throwing it out. Crazy how kids today will never know how fun it was to go outside every single day with your friends and sit here. One day we all sat on this for the last time together and never knew it. This would be the perfect setup for one of those, like, recreation photos where you have, like, you and your group of friends as kids, and then you have you and your group of friends as adults with, like, partners and children and stuff, but then you go home and you look at those two pictures and you realize how miserable your life has become and how nothing really worked out the way you wanted it to, and you wish you could just go back and be a kid on your own again. 7 months ago, I was living with my parents, had no car, suffering from severe anxiety causing major headaches daily, struggling to get more than 3 hours of sleep, and today, I'm still in that situation. Here are pictures of me photoshopped into GTA 5. Hey, at least you got Photoshop skills and a fun open-world game, so I guess you got that going for you, buddy. It seems like you got a good sense of style, too. I hope things work out. A homeless man held up and robbed a bank for $1, then sat down and waited for the police to come and arrest him so he could receive health care in prison. Modern problems require modern solutions. I mean, I guess the Dave Chappelle meme makes it funny, but this one mostly just makes me sad. The first 18 years of your life are like a free trial, and after that, everything costs you. This person says, I should have canceled the membership. Hedge D's nuts. You need to get some help, my dude. Press F to pay respects. Poor guy. It's getting late. I need to go off for the night. Yeah, man, me too. See you tomorrow. Last online 9 years ago. This hits so close to home. I have so many Call of Duty 4 friends that I will just never see again. Photos. Ghostbusters visit cancer patients at Children's Hospital. LMAO, nice spawn camping. Oof. And I just point out how happy all of them are and how afraid this child looks. Dwarf handed crayons and coloring book as couple sat down for a romantic dinner. I feel for you, dude. That is not fun at all. But I think I'm noticing a little 5 o'clock shadow on your upper lip. I would advise you start growing a mustache to maybe avoid this sort of thing in the future. But I'm sorry this happened to you, man. Wow, what a beautiful day. Good morning. Here's some heat for you. Thanks. One day I'll destroy your whole planet. Not if we do it first. It's funny because we're rapidly approaching the end of times. Accidentally cut off a guy switching lanes, and when he went around me, he gave me a thumbs down instead of the finger. I don't know why, but it hurt more. No, this is the perfect move. It gives that total, like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed impression. I was 10 when my teacher asked us to write a short story about our best friend. I looked at mine and smiled. I then wrote everything I knew about him. Once we were done, the teacher asked for volunteers to read our story out loud. My best friend went first. I was not in his story. This reminds me of like that moment when the teacher's like, you can pair up with anybody you want, and you look over to your friend and they're already paired up with someone else, and you're just left with the other person that nobody wants to group up with. Breaking news. 7 shot at Florida nightclub. We found 7 new jobs that might interest you. A man who had a stroke in 2004 permanently lost the ability to feel sad. This is a picture of his face photoshopped onto somebody at a funeral. Literally made me cackle so hard that I started coughing the first time I saw it. This is just a magical image. I can't imagine it's easy for his wife. I mean, she's smiling in this picture, and she probably enjoys it a lot of the time when he has a sunny disposition, but when she's like, our son was killed in a car accident, and he's like, yo, at least one less person to give the will money to, you know, everybody else will get a little bit more, and she's like, why are you the way you are? During lovemaking, me hurt me, her. In 1992, scientists discovered the loneliest creature on Earth. What? It's a whale that's been calling for a mate for 2 decades. He communicates at a frequency not used by any other whales and hasn't received a response. We actually have a recording of that whale's song, and it is so sad. Why don't girls like nice guys? That's the stupidest joke I've ever made. Please forgive me. My dad passed away last year when my family couldn't remember his blood type in time for the doctors to give him a blood transfusion. As he was dying, he kept saying, be positive, but it's really hard without him. That sounds like a negative way to look at this if you ask me. Let's start our meeting. Got any ideas, Dave? You gotta let me go, boss. The fall was 10 years ago. This one, I don't know why, but I guess I have a sentimental attachment to this meme. It was one of the best old memes, and it just actually makes me sad. It's hitting me somewhere. I offer my kids $500 for every A on their report card. It sends the message that education is a priority in our household, and it costs me absolutely nothing since my kids aren't that bright. Roses are red, violets aren't really blue. Definitely the coolest part about Twitter is the fact that you can say something creative and get 1,000 likes, and then some nerd will screenshot it and post it to Reddit and get 45k upvotes, thus getting more internet points than you. And this has 40 times the upvotes of his tweet. That's why I don't understand when people on Reddit get mad about Reddit YouTubers. It's like, yeah, tell me more about the integrity of posting things on Reddit. And I mean, at least most of us on YouTube are adding like funny voices or commentary or jokes to the Reddit posts we look at. It would be completely different if somebody just ran it through a text-to-speech program or something like that. And I mean, no hate to Comment Awards. I mean, he just had a really good idea and he ran with it and he's very successful with it, and I'm very, very happy for him. Anyway, here's a blooper. Oh, Hey, if you like funny and sad, I've got a ton of sad cringe videos. I'd like to look at this subreddit again at some point as well, because I definitely enjoyed this. There's going to be a link to a playlist in the end card of this video after I tell you about my triumphant return to streaming tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Wednesday, the 20th of March. If you want to come through, I'm probably going to be playing some Amnesia, The Dark Descent. You can come yell at me and tell me what to do, because I have no clue what I'm doing in that game, but it is very fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to get back into it. I've been wanting to play it, but I wanted to wait until I was streaming so that I can just keep enjoying that game with you guys, so feel free to check that out, twitch.tv/yourque, as in the queue that belongs to you. That's all going to be down in the description, and yeah, it's alongside my Twitter, my Instagram, and Amazon affiliate links to all of my equipment. Have a wonderful day, skate on to the best of your abilities, make sure you're drinking more water, and I will see you very soon.